story about the homeless man in Atlanta who made a public plea for a place to stay and more than 1,000 women responded? This man, who goes by the name of Big Boss Escobar, posted in a Facebook group called Atlanta Rooms for Rent. He said, I recently lost my home, just need a place that is reasonable price so I can get back on my feet. I'm tired of sleeping in Atlanta shelters. Very quiet person and stay to myself, work a job, and also have a clothing line. I moved to Atlanta from St. Louis, Missouri 4 years ago. If anybody have any resources you can send my way, I will accept. Thank you. I appreciate it. And of course, the women came through. You can come stay with me, boo, a woman named Britt wrote. Off bed, cold AC, plenty of food, and the Wi-Fi jumping. A woman named Tish Lee wrote, you can stay with me. A woman named Courtney said, woo, if you're in my area, you can come stay with me for free. I'll take care of you. After his post went viral and more than 1,000 women responded to his request for a place to stay, he went on Facebook Live to clarify that he's not just a pretty face. He's looking for something real.
I want it to be the woman I'm finna lock in with. So whoever it is, fuck all that I look good shit. Is you really trying to lock in so we can get shit right?
Now be for real, ladies. If he came up to you and said he needed a place to stay, how would you respond? Leave a comment to let me know. I'm Tierka with the T. Follow for more.
There was a young man who had posted that he was homeless. This young man looks, did you guys see the homeless guy? He had like pretty eyes. I wish I knew how to upload on here. And I know you can't see it, but this is what he looks like right here. Okay. So this young man right here posted that he was homeless and he needed a place to stay. Get this. On this post it says 100, but I read was 1,000 women commented that they will take him in gladly offer what. So whether it's 100 or 1,000, they would gladly take him in to their home and take care of him for a little bit to get him on his feet. How do you guys feel about that?
So let me make sure I understand the story. Mm-hmm. He posted on his IG that he's broke, he's homeless, he don't have a job, and he's trying to do something. And all these.
I don't think he said all that. Let me just make sure I'm getting it right, okay? Hold on. So he said he recently lost his home. He just needs a place that is reasonable to get back on his feet. Okay. Sleeping in Atlanta shelters. So basically, yes, he's like he just wants to get back on his feet.
Because he needs an address in order to really get a decent paying job. Okay. And all these women look at this guy and they're like, oh, he looks good or whatever the case is. And they're saying, yeah, I'll put him up. Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'll make him something, child.
And then you'll be the next person on one of these damn podcasts complaining that niggas ain't shit, niggas don't want to work, blah, 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 blah. And you're the one that went out and decided to get this homeless man and put him up in your spot. Now he eating your kids' Cheerios and fruit snacks. So, I mean, you if that's what you want to do, I'm not the one to stop you. I'm just gonna tell you it's fucking stupid, because I believe, y'all might disagree, but I believe a man that's really on his grind is gonna find a way. That's just what I personally believe. Go ahead.
Do you think it's different if it were a beautiful woman and she says, oh, I'm on a hard time, and she looked just beautiful, and then all these guys like, oh, you come stay with me?
I would be less concerned about a woman moving in with a guy, because my brain says in most cases the guy can protect himself and he'll be able to put her up for a little bit if they're all if he's basing it off of the roommate assumption. Now, for a single woman to do it, I wouldn't recommend any single woman doing it and putting herself at risk, because you don't know this dude. You don't know one day you could, let's say you not gonna cook, even though y'all are just roommates, and he get mad at you and he choke your ass out. Could you really stop him? And I think a man could protect himself. So looking at it from the other, like I think men and women are different enough to where if a man decided to do it, he understands all of the risk. He's probably did the mental calculation and has decided to assume the risk. And if he needs to put her out, he can do that. And I think he has the best chances of protecting himself. I just don't think a woman should do that. Just like I don't think a woman should pick up hitchhikers and any of those types of things, because you put yourself at risk.
So you don't necessarily see anything wrong with it. You just think it's just risky for a woman.
I think it's stupid and risky.
Yeah.
If that's her spot, I don't think we can tell somebody what to do with their house. So if that's what you want to do, go like shit, do it. I just don't recommend it, and I think you're putting you, your family, everybody you know at risk by bringing a strange man into your house.
I had just watched a series on Netflix called Worst Roommate Ever. And
It's literally on my TV right now. Pause. Like I'm on one of the later episodes. Like, yeah, look what
I'm completely baffled by the fact that it's literally so many women on it's majority women, if not all women on there, moving grown ass men into their house. And then it's how did this happen? How could I possibly find myself in this position that I can't get out of, or that I'm in danger? And it's like, why the hell are you moving a grown ass man that you don't know into your house? Like, that makes no logical sense whatsoever. But for whatever reason, that's what they do.
But why is it okay for the girl to go with the guy, but not the guy to go with the girl?
You know why? Even then, it's a terrible decision. But like AP said, there's a higher likelihood that the man will be able to defend himself if something does escalate. But with a woman moving a random man into a house, it's you're literally leaving yourself open for anything to happen.
And HD, just real quick before you go, to answer that from the woman's perspective, a strange woman shouldn't move into a man's house either. Like, if you're a woman, you shouldn't be moving into a man's house, because you run the risk of it's the same dangers that are present for the woman moving a man into her house as for a woman moving into a man's house. The same dangers are present, but I'm looking at it from the person whose home it is perspective. As a man, and I know I'm square and I'm on the up and up, I can take care of myself and I can defend the house as a man if I need to, even with this strange woman here. A woman on the flip side, she couldn't protect herself if he wanted to go all out. And if people decided to ransack the house, she wouldn't be able to do shit about it. Let's say he has friends and it's all a setup. She wouldn't be able to do shit about it.
Yeah,
but no, a woman shouldn't move in with a woman should not move in with a strange man either.
Yeah, strange and somebody that you know and you spend time with, and this, that, and third is different. But also, I think you might have mentioned this, but I think both men and women, they're equally at risk, because as much as we don't consider women as threats, we got mad numbers, statistics, state to state, city to city, that women be doing damage to dudes. It's just that most guys are trained to not see women as threats, and literally, even if she don't necessarily take your life, she might take your livelihood, she might take your dignity, your respect, because listen, all it takes is that one phone call, that she called somebody or she called the police and said something happened, and even if it's not true, even if nothing gets filed, you literally can lose your entire livelihood off of just simply a phone call. And so I say, if you're going to be staying with anybody, you're going to be taking a risk regardless, because even if you know them, they might be cool for a while, but then something happens in their life, and now you got to deal with them dealing with new things that they haven't dealt with. And so that's why I'm a very strong stickler on like how you receive information, how you listen, how you communicate, and like what filters do you have in your mind when you're trying to communicate a thought. So that's the kind of stuff that I pay attention to. Like, what are your habits? What are your beliefs and all that other good jazz? So it's like you can make a good choice and it still turn out bad.
I
See, I
agree,
can.
but to go with Biz says, because we both watched the same show. Please remember, on if you looked at the first episode, it was a woman killing a whole bunch of men. So they just do it in different types of ways. They don't do it physically. They do like a sneak attack, like you said. Maybe put some in your food, and you all of a sudden it just gradually leads to the demise. And it's unfortunate, but don't think that women, it's some crazy, some scandalous women out here too.